coaches as, oh man, nobody wants to get on program or talk about their health in December, but it's actually an amazing month to get the seeds planted and to get the ball rolling for those people who will be ready come the first of the year and beyond. So I think that December really is such a great time for us to not only get in momentum for our business, but being in momentum has always helped me this is my 4th December being a health coach. It's helped me to stay on program in December because I'm constantly posting about my health. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. You know that that's going to be you, and it has been you in December's past. You're passing up those plate of cookies that are passing around because you know you're going to be posting about what you did on Christmas. So that really, really keeps me accountable. One of the reasons why I think everybody should coach, because we all need that extra accountability. So I'm grateful for our coaching community. And tonight, what we're going to be talking about, though, we're going to be talking about some of these objections that we are faced with, whether it's because of the holidays or because it's price. And we're going to be talking about price increase. We're going to be talking about how to use verbiage and posturing, how to say it in a way that's going to make people feel kind of not comfortable, but make them understand the investment of what they're doing when they invest in their health with us, and what does it mean, so that they're not confused. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're also going to be talking about some objections about, processed food, how our fuelings are not, fresh food, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about that. I'm sure some people have gotten that objection before. And we also are going to be opening it up to any questions that you guys have. So as we're talking and you're thinking of questions that you've had, maybe you've talked to somebody on a health assessment and that person didn't, maybe didn't say yes to program, and you're wondering how you could have phrased something a little bit different, put those questions in the chat. We're going to be talking about this tonight. So first of all, I want to go over some of our announcements. So announcements. Christmas is coming. If you're in California or you're going to be in California on December 10th, we are having a Fraser team holiday party, which is so fun. The first time I ever met anybody besides Priscilla was at the holiday party, and I loved it. It was so much fun. So we're going to be having it at the Glendora Women's Club on December 10th. And I'm going to be putting all the information in the Leaders in Progress page so you'll know what to expect and how to go onto the group page and to sign up. So it's $40 per person, and that includes dinner, entry, and like lemonade and tea. And the attire is going to be cocktail attire, so dress up, which sounds amazingly fun. And you need to RSVP and pay by December 3rd. So we got to get those in. So check your calendars. And like I said, I'll put that link in Leaders in Progress so you guys can sign up there. I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to be there. My husband's going to be there. So it's going to be super fun. So if you can make it, it's going to be super great. So also announcement number 2 is our Lifebook community call. How many of you guys have been on the Lifebook community call on December 10th? Put a 2 in the chat. I mean, not on December, on Saturday mornings at 7 or 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have you been on the calls where we're going through the Lifebook? Put a 2 in the chat if you've been on. They are so fun. I love listening to all the different people. Yeah, look at all these people. Brandy, Linda, Chanda, all these people come in. If you haven't joined us, you need to come. We have sometimes we have 30, 40 people in there. And it's such a great time. And it's really good as a coach to go in there because you're learning more about the element with other people, but your people see you in there. And so it encourages and inspires them as well. So we lead from the front, and that's what we want to do with our clients. So if you haven't been on that call, you're going to want to be on those calls. And they're every Saturday morning in my Zoom room at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's for 30 minutes. So we do have availabilities for anybody who would like to lead one of the elements. So what we do is we kind of facilitate. We go through and talk about the different element that we're going through. So if you are interested in doing that, contact me. You can message me, or you can message your mentor coach. And we'd love to see you in there. And also, if you are leading that, we want to just remind you to put up a post the day before at Ignite Health of what element you're doing and the link, and then tag all your people, tag your fellow coaches, so that we can tag other people. So that's the night before on Friday, or the day before on Friday. Do a little post in there and talk about what you're going to be talking about the next day. Okay, you guys got that? Okay, announcement number 3, Saturday mornings, chasing better. Who was on Saturday morning call? Put a 3 in the chat. Who was on? I was on, and you know what? It was amazing. I got inspired. I decided that I was going to just take my health to a better space, and I took some before pictures of myself, and I joined another health challenge with Kevin Wayne and a bunch of other people who are all doing a challenge. If you're interested in that, message me and I'll let you know and send you the link. There's still openings in there. And not only that, but for my own health, but I got really inspired with my business as well, and really trying to chase better in our businesses by sponsoring other people, because as we sponsor coaches, we can bring on more people into this program. So sponsoring coaches is so important. So that was really amazing. And then also leading from the front with our own health. So join that on Saturday mornings. It is at 7 a.m. So you can get on, wake up at 7, get on that call, wake up earlier, wake up at like 6:30, so you can like do your meditations and all that stuff. Then go on to your call at 7, and then go on to the Lifebook call at 8, and then you'll be all raring to go for the rest of your Saturday. So that's our announcements today. And yeah, so today, like I said, we're going to be talking about obstacles. When people say, I'm not sure, or you get that silence at the end of the phone. You know, they ask you, well, how much is it? And then you start talking, and then they start zoning out, you know, or, you know, they say, let me think about it, and then they ghost you. Or they say, I'm going to wait till after the holidays. Or, you know, you have current clients who just had Thanksgiving and you haven't heard from them today. You know, that kind of thing. So these are the different objections that we get. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the pricing objections, and I'm going to be talking about our current price increase and how to let your clients know about that. Our future clients, what's really nice is that they don't know about it. So you don't even have to tell them. So it is what it is. They have no idea that there was a price increase. So when I started, I guess there was a price increase and I had no idea. So that's the plus side, is you don't even have to talk about it with them. So when you're posturing, when you're talking about price, one of the great things about our program is that we are a replacement program for their current food, for their current grocery budget. So when I start talking about the investment, I call it an investment. And the reason why I do that is because we are an investment. Our health is an investment. We are working on our preventative health so that we are paying for our health and not our disease. So those are a couple of different ways to kind of talk about why it's important that we are investing in ourselves and spending the money on ourselves. I remember when I first started, and spending that $400 was like, it was really hard. And the reason why is because I had put myself on the back burner for so many years as a mom that I felt like I wasn't important. That was part of my reason why I had stayed overweight for so long, was because I put everybody else first and I wasn't taking care of myself. So you're overcoming that objection is just reminding them that they're valuable, that investing in themselves is important, that they're worth investing in, that they're worth spending that money on, just as important as their kids. You know, that I would drop $500 in it like that for one of my kids, but I will not spend the money on myself. You know, and that's a mindset thing. That's a shift that needs to happen in the mindset. So just reminding them that they're important, that their health is valuable, and that it's worth the investment, and bring them back to their why. When they shared with you in the beginning of their call, their why, that's the key piece that you're going to be holding onto during that whole call. And that's going to be the piece that you're going back to, you know, as they're talking about, you know, I want to play on the floor with my grandkids, or I want to be able to, I don't want to be the mom that just takes the pictures. I want to be the mom that, you know, goes out there and has fun with my kids. I don't want to be just back holding everybody's backpacks. You know, those are really amazing reasons why they need to be investing in themselves. And then also, like I said, this is a replacement for their current grocery budget. So I'd normally say, you know, it's about $400. And when I first heard about that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. But then I realized that it's replacing my current food budget or what I spent on myself anyway. And between groceries and Starbucks and, you know, the secret In-N-Out runs I would go on that I didn't tell anybody about, I was spending about $200 or $300 a month already on myself. So it was only about $100 more, which was really worth it to me. And it was the best $400 I ever spent in my life. So that is one way to posture it. It's just reminding them that it is just placing one food budget for another food budget. So it's coming right out of their budget already. And so when you do it that way, it's only a couple $100 more or 100, you know, around $100, $150 more than what they're already spending. It kind of goes down a little bit easier. So that's a couple of ways that you can battle that price objection. You know, and so those are things that I suggest that you do. And normally when I'm talking that way, I don't have a lot of people really coming against that because it makes sense. And also here's a little clue. You know, when you're going through the health assessment and you're asking them questions like how many times a day do they eat? And then there's that question that says, how many times a week do you go out? That's a clue right there of how much they're spending. And a lot of people, like I have a client right now that was going out to eat for all 3 of her meals every single day. And we figured out that she was spending like $800 or $900 a month just in going out. And so when I showed her how much, I actually started it with, you're going to be saving money. You're going to be saving money and you're going to be getting healthy, you know? And so that, you know, look into those clues, listen to them, listen about how much they're spending on themselves when they're going out to eat. So a lot of people are doing those things or those little secret going out to eats that they don't tell anybody about. So look into those ways that they're going to be spending probably less than what they're spending already. So that's a couple of ways of coming you know, against those objections. So number 2 is the price increase. I know a lot of us, Priscilla actually talked to me a few weeks ago and was like, by the way, there's a price increase coming. And I was like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? You know, and I was just like, everything's going up. I'm in California. My gas is $5 a gallon. $5 a gallon. Like, what the heck? And it's hard for us to even like go visit my mom. It's just like expensive to go anywhere. And so I was like, oh no, it's probably going to be like, I don't even know, like $2 a box. So I was kind of freaking out, you know, trying not to freak out. Going, okay, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then we got the message. If you guys got the email, did you guys all read your email? Yes, we got the message that it was 80 cents a box. And I was like, praise you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I was like, 80 cents a box. That's like nothing. Oh my gosh. That is so easy to talk about with my clients. And most of them aren't even going to notice. You know, they're on automatic shipping. They go in there, they do their thing, and then it just gets shipped. Like, what is 80 cents on, you know, your box every month probably is about $360 to $400. It's like $10 to $12. It's really not that much. That's 2 gallons of gas in California. That's like nothing. You know what I mean? So it's not a big deal. And so when you're talking to your clients, it really is the way that you talk to them about it. If you go, oh my gosh, I just want to let you know that there's a price increase and I'm just so sorry, you know, then they're going to be freaking out and they're going to go, oh no, oh no. It's kind of like Priscilla was talking about this today. You know how like you saw it when you see your kid fall? And I would always see my kid fall. My kids would fall and I would go, oh my gosh, that was a great fall. That was amazing. And they'd get up and they'd be like, yeah, you know. It's the way that you handle it. Because if you go to your kid, oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay? Even if they're totally fine, they start crying. So it is really the way that you posture it, the way you talk about it to them. So if you just say like, you know, there's a price increase, but you know what? Optavia during all of COVID did not increase their prices. And they only increased it because of inflation and all of this shipping stuff that's going on. And then they only increased it by like 3% compared to the rest of the country, which is 8% inflation. So they're really trying hard to make sure that we can stay on program. So that's a way that you can posture that. And then, like I said, future clients won't even know about it. So it's not even a big deal. And really, it's only, you know, 20, I think it's like 20, but $20 more for the entire kit. So, or not even that. It's like instead of 414, it's like 428. And it starts on December 8th. So you still have time to get those people in and let them know that there's going to be a price increase. So they should front load their orders for the month. So you can get most of your orders done at the beginning of the month, which is actually really good, especially during Christmas, because you're going to have a lot of people pushing their orders, which we're going to be talking about. So if you can posture that at the beginning of the month and let them know that there's going to be a price increase, so get your orders before the 8th, you'll get your orders all front loaded for the month. So yes, and check out the the message area over here, the chat. Priscilla really put some good nuggets in there on how to text. Copy and paste that into your notes, you guys. You can use that verbatim. I mean, it's really, really good. So yeah, it's really no biggie. It's $12 to $15 for the entire month more. It's really not a big deal. So, you know, go ahead and do that. I'm not even going anywhere right now because of gas, so I can definitely afford that $12 or $15. So, yeah, so posturing is everything, and your attitude is going to reflect their attitude. So remember to check your attitude about it, and to remember that Dr. A has our best interest in heart, and our company is a good company that loves people, and that's the core of who we are. And remember that as you're passing on that information. So those are my my tips for you guys for those objections, and I'm going to move it on to Linda, and she's going to be talking about some more objections. Go ahead, Linda.
Kim, that was so good. So good. And as I mentioned in the post in the chat, if you guys believe that we're getting a good value, then your clients will believe it too, because you can, the tone will come across, the posturing will be there. So one of the objections, I mean, many objections that I deal with, and I'm sure you guys too, when we talk about the food, you hear all these objections. And I want to list a couple of them that I've been encountering and how I deal with them. I'm sure you guys have the same objections, but one of them is, oh, you know, when you break down the fourth component in the health assessment and you mentioned that there's going to be multiple meals throughout the day. Oh, I can't eat multiple meals throughout the day. I only eat twice. So that's been very common for me. So I explain how that is going to help them and how it's possible. And they fight a lot of people. I don't have time. I don't have time to eat. Do you guys have that? Do they tell you they don't have time to eat a tiny little bar that literally takes a minute to shove down your throat? Okay, so what we need to understand is people naturally make excuses for themselves. They look for excuses to not do something that's hard. And we know their why. We know that we got to fight for them. So it's very important to get rid of these excuses. So eating multiple times throughout the day, make sure you explain to them what it does to their metabolism, what it does to their blood sugar levels. It's super important. Another objection that I deal with, my Armenian people, is those fruits. Okay, so my people cannot live without fruits. Does anybody else have that same problem? I find that every time they call me, I had a banana, I had berries, I just couldn't handle it, I had the watermelon. So I find that that is already a given. I know that most people struggle because they cannot have fruits, and in their mind it's embedded that fruits are great for diets. You will lose weight if you eat fruits. So that's the mentality they come into. And then they question, like, how come I can't eat fruits? What is so bad about it? Well, I mean, you know, I tell them it's not that you cannot. If you're willing to work out, I could give you a piece of fruit a day. But if you're not, if you don't want to work out, can we just skip it for a little bit until we get to your goal? And I'll give you some shakes and I'll give you some smoothies that are really going to satisfy your fruit cravings. When you posture it like that, it's a little something rather than nothing, no fruit. So it's a hard breakup for them. But if you tell them, I can give you this, I can give you some pointers. I struggle with that too. Hey, you know, the smoothie is so amazing. It's really going to help you. Those are some of the objections I get about fruit. So I help them with the shakes and the smoothies and the stuff that we have. Excuse me, guys. Another objection I have is, oh, I don't eat processed food. Excuse me. I don't eat processed food. I had a gal tell me she drinks organic water. What is organic water? I don't know, but okay. I tell them, this is what you're looking for. You don't like processed foods. You don't eat bad food. You like healthy food. This is exactly what you're looking for. This is a medically designed program. We have fuelings that are packed with nutrition, minerals, probiotics, vitamins, everything you need. And what's going to happen is these foods that you're going to eat, they're going to help you heal your gut. You're going to detox your body. You're going to feel much better, and you're going to get rid of your cravings. So it's very important that we address this issue, because they look at the bars like the bars that they get from the store. So it's very important that you build a distinction between our bars and the bars that they buy from the store, aka Slim Fast. We remember those Atkins bars, all of those bars. One major thing that is putting me at ease, and I give my kids the fuelings without any hesitations, is there's no preservatives. Do you know, like, they tell me, I only eat organic food, I love this and that. And when you dig deeper, they're eating chips, they're eating Oreos, they're eating all those things that have preservatives in them, because if they didn't eat those bad things, they wouldn't be in this place to begin with, unless they have some special conditions. So it's very important that we stress that aspect about our food. And I always tell them, you don't like processed food? This is perfect. It's going to teach you how to cook healthy, how to eat healthy. We're going to learn so much together. It's absolutely amazing. And we're going to make it easy for you by having some of them ready for you that you're going to be able to replace later. So there's really no excuse when it comes to that. Another objection I have is I don't like veggies. I just don't like veggies. Well, you know, there is a gazillion veggies. And I'm sure we're going to be able to find a few that you can deal with. You know, we're going to be able to find something. And even the ones that tell me they don't like veggies, I tell them lettuce, tomato, cucumber. Oh yeah, I can do that. I like cucumber. Well, you know what? Those are veggies. Woohoo. All right. One more thing, and that's the biggest thing. Starbucks. People and their Starbucks. Okay. So I cannot do without Starbucks. I need to have my Starbucks. I need to have my creamer. Give them options. Don't tell them you cannot have Starbucks. It's a hard breakup to do. Those of you who love Starbucks don't want to hear that. I can give you suggestions. I can give you ideas what we can do with the creamer. That's super important. So I think we all know the basic objections people make about the food. It's good for you to be prepared to argue them for them, because we know they want to do this program. We know they are ready and we know they want it, but they're making excuses. So it's very important for us to help them with their excuses. Another thing that I was going to talk about today, except the objections, is ghosting. So especially now after Thanksgiving, I'm sure I'm the only one. Nobody has the same experience. My clients are not answering me. I text them, no answer. I text them again, no answer. I'm like, oh, okay, something is not good here. The thing with me is I text them until somebody tells me, don't text me. If you have given me permission to connect with you, I will connect with you until you tell me to back off. Now, that takes a lot of time on my end. I also have to make a good judgment and understand who I'm pursuing, who I'm constantly texting, and who's already fallen off program, who's already bad-mouthing the program, and now I'm running after them. So you kind of may have to make a good judgment. But if somebody, and you really want them to be successful on program, and they have potential, especially coaching potential, I will text them until they tell me to stop. And I encourage you guys to do the same. I hope this was helpful information for you guys. And I'm going to throw it to Cynthia. And Cynthia is going to give us amazing information that is going to help us even more.
Hey guys, oh my gosh, so much great value was shared today. I hope you are enjoying this, as we know objections, happen, and we need to, be as prepared as we can to answer them. If you are okay with this, we are going to go over because it's already, time, and we do have another segment and then open it up for questions. So I hope that's okay with everybody. And this call is being recorded. If you have to go, please leave. want to respect everybody's time. So those are great. They happen. Thank you, Linda, for sharing and being transparent, because you have people making excuses while they're sharing why they want to get healthy, you know. And, you know, it's just piggyback on what you said, ghosting. Ghosting is common, you know, and typically it's because, you know, they're not following program, right? And I know it can be draining to keep following up on them day, you know, week after week, and client check-ins at that point are not fun. So what we do is, but also remember your role, like as a coach, you're there not only when they're happy and everybody, it's rainbows, everything's going well, but it's also to fight for their why, you know. So you know, what I do a few times is just ask them, do you need to get on a call? You know, you're struggling, you know, where are you this week? But I do it 3 times, and then it's okay to break up with them, right? To say, hey, I don't want to keep bugging you. I'm not getting any updates from you. You know, if you need to talk, I'm here. Let's set up a call. If not, you know, I'll be checking on you when I hear back from you, right? And now the holidays are approaching. I don't know how long you've been coaching for, but if you have experienced this, throw in the chat. Hollywood. Holidays come in, and people tend to also, you know, kind of ignore your texts. Or we get that notification in our inbox that this client changed their order, right? They postponed the date. Okay, they're supposed to order on the 29th, but then they pushed it to December 20th or January. I heard that today. I think Kim shared this morning, right? Has that ever happened to you before? Okay, Melinda's experiencing that, okay? It is common, okay, because it's the holidays, and it's good to, you know, in the team huddles to talk about this, because, you know, an ideal world, ideal client doesn't always exist, right? People tend to do that, right? Because a holiday, sometimes they forget that it's not a day or two, but it's a full month, right? And also coming from probably check-ins you did from last week, from Thanksgiving, they might have ghosted you, right? I love to do a video message for these people instead of texting, right? You can call and leave a message, but even better yet, do a video check-in to them, wishing them Thanksgiving, hope it went well, and that you need to see where they're at. And you know, and it's a good time for us as coaches to fight for their why. You know, remember why, all the why that you wrote down in their health assessment. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, remember by May you're going to be down 60 pounds, and the journey is not going to be linear. You know, telling them it's okay that you are going to fail at times. You know, in my coaching journey, I've kind of changed my verbiage, like, so that they don't feel like they need to be perfect all the time and then let you down, and them feeling guilty, because guilt and shame is common. That's why they're hiding, right? So tell them it's okay, you know, and try to see how to get them back on track, and hear your heart, and that you're not here to judge them, right? And so that would help. And then a lot of times they want to get on a call, you know, and admit they haven't been perfect, but then they can pick themselves back up. Now, when they push their orders back, you know, it's good to not kind of ignore that. Don't shy away from messaging them. You are their coach. You are their part of your, you know, coaching job description, if you will, is to keep them accountable. You know, you said you want to achieve that. So where are you when times get tough? And remind them that the holidays are 2 days. And if they want to modify plan for the time being, they can. Give them options. I know it may be hard to stick with 5 and 1 100%. So tell them they might not know about the 4 2 and 1, right? They might not know that there's maybe we can do a 3 and 3. Utilize the fuelings and eat healthy, as long as you're not starving all day and eating one huge meal. Talk about options. And if you don't know what the options are, you know, message your mentor coach, or, you know, the Leaders in Progress group. There's so many things they could do to modify, but not completely disappear. A lot of times they wouldn't know. And so they don't take a 1 month vacation, right? That way they're still ordering. And if they need to modify the order and not place a full order, they're still staying on track. You know, encourage them to stay integrated by hopping on the calls, because program is not just the fuelings. It's not just 5 and 1. When they're mentally staying on track, you know, being on the Monday night calls, the Saturday calls, they're less likely to cheat the entire time. And trust me, I've been a coach for 5 years, and I've been, doing program. I mean, I did it, but then I still consider myself doing program because I'm on the calls and eating the fuelings. For some reason, even if you just do one a day, helps you stay on track, because it just, that you get that sugar craving, and, you're still reminded that Optavia is there, right? And still in touch with your coach, even if you're doing 3 and 3. I found people, same thing when they go on vacations, right? Or it's the holidays. That really keeps them there, but don't shy away to message them because they pushed an order back. Don't think that, oh my gosh, I'm all about numbers. I'm all about just, okay, getting that order in. You will feel that way if you're not checking on clients still. Like, I'm not checking in on you, but then, oh, you changed your order, I need to contact you. That feels weird. Where were you every week, right? But when you're doing genuinely caring about them and doing the check-ins, ask them, what's up? I saw you pushed your order back. Or maybe some don't know they can postpone it and they click on cancel, right? On a side note, that applies only to orders that are canceled. A lot of times they mean to postpone, they're having surgery, they're having something, they don't know about the reward system and how it works when you cancel it. So remind them of how it works. They might be able to reactivate it. And also, because of canceled orders, sometimes the credit card didn't go through, right? You get a notification. So always message them. So don't shy away of doing that, because ultimately you're a part of their journeys, and your accountability and your push sometimes matters. Sometimes they need that push, like, okay, she didn't give up on me. He didn't give up on me, right? So in order to do that. Yeah, I hope that helped today. I think Kim and Linda, I mean, those were great. And when the holidays come, also to note that you being mentally ready for it, that to know that, yes, it may happen. Clients might push their orders, or they might not be perfect during the holidays, giving them grace and giving them maybe that extra accountability to go back on plan, or see what their journey is going to look like this month, or if they have parties, to message you the night before, the day of, to kind of figure out, give them that extra love and care, to just have them go through it. It's pretty much amazing. And then you guys, like, let's live our journeys out loud, especially during the month of December, because it will help us, and also let our clients see that we are doing this too, because we know our clients watch us all the time, right? So let them see we're on track. It'll motivate them, right? So yeah, with that being said, January is going to be a great month. And always look for more people that we can help in the meantime. We can only do so much with the existing ones. You do you, and then you move on. January is going to be an explosive month, but you're only going to have that if you continue doing great client support in November, December, and then just living out loud and doing more health assessments. They're going to be ready for you if you've been looking for them, right? So yeah, so usually, you plant the seeds now, and oh my gosh, January through March, I think I was looking back at our numbers, it's crazy. So yeah. So we're going to open it up for a few minutes for questions. For sure. Does anybody have any